Today, I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about how you could potentially start building up more of a live performance type career if you're already working a 9 to 5, and how eventually, with enough work and patience, you could potentially turn the live performance side of things into your career if you desire to do so. Hey everybody, my name is Travis Mark. I'm the host of the Musician's Mentor podcast and now the Musician's Mentor YouTube channel. Regardless whether you are new to the channel or have been here before, please do me a favor, look around, drop some comments, share some videos, but most importantly, hit that subscribe button. Thank you. So the reason for today's topic is a friend of mine, who we are going to call John for purpose of this video, called me a few days ago expressing interest as to whether or not he should explore a gig opportunity he was recently offered, how it might affect his 9 to 5, and whether or not he should just leave his 9 to 5 and explore this opportunity. Let me start by saying that if you are working a regular 9 to 5, Monday to Friday type job, and that is your security, that is paying your bills, helping raise your family, don't just leave that job. That would be very short-sighted. However, if the performance side of things is something you're wanting to try and explore, and you haven't yet found your way into this, but you think you would be good at it, whether that's originals, or covers, or sideman gigs, whatever. This opportunity is totally worth taking. The opportunity he was given was a once-a-week, 3-hour residential gig that pays $150 for the gig. Now, that's not much, I understand. But just hear me out so that we can look further down the road. If you are willing to give up your one night a week, whether that's sitting at home watching TV with your partner, or playing video games, or going to bed early, whatever the case may be, you can use this residential gig as a home-based type gig to firstly work out things that may or may not work with your product, and secondly, develop your product so that you can push it further. So the first thing that I have to say here is, if you're in the same position as John, whether you're trying to explore covers or originals or whatever it is, if an opportunity like this comes, say yes. Figure out the nitty-gritty details once you have said yes. You can use this opportunity to start really reading the room. You can see what songs work, what songs don't work. If segues into songs work better than pauses in between songs. If you're playing covers, you can see if certain genres work better than others, or what staples might want to always be part of your set. Most importantly, and I know this is old school, from gig one, have your branding worked out as good as possible and have business cards, because even if that gig starts with no people there, with enough patience and perseverance and tenacity, eventually, if your product is good, word will start to spread and you will find yourself getting more opportunities. And the best way to do that is, if someone shows interest in your product, give them your card. Now, statistically, you're probably only going to get 1% return on the cards you give away. But if you get to the position that you're giving your number away 10 times a night, chances are you're going to get at least one call. And over a period of time, you might find yourself playing in more than just this one residential gig that you were offered. Another great thing that you can do with this residential gig is use it to develop content so that you can create EPKs, videos or reels for social media, and eventually start pushing numbers up that way. Because with that, you could potentially start developing an online presence, which can grow alongside your once-a-week residential gig. As these things start to grow, people will start to pay attention, even if you think they aren't. And as they start to pay attention, more opportunities will come about. As those opportunities come about, you can potentially start making more income. And eventually, if you start getting higher end gigs, you might find yourself in a position where you start looking at your regular 9 to 5 and making some adjustments. Maybe you no longer work 5 days a week. Maybe you can work 3. So you do 3 and you continue to grow this. Eventually you do 2 and continue to grow this. This is all if it is something you are trying to do. If you are willing to do both, now you have what has so fashionably become a successful side hustle. You work in your 9 to 5, you're earning your income, you're putting away for retirement, etc., 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 and your side hustle makes you money too. If you're smart with this opportunity, you can escalate it to the point where maybe the side hustle makes more money than the 9 to 5. And if that happens, you have choices to make, if you want to make those choices. But the first thing is saying yes. Because if you say yes and you don't squander the opportunity, it can lead to more opportunities. People often say, oh, a door shuts, another opens, or a door shuts and a window opens. No, a door opens, another door opens, another door opens. And even if these doors keep shutting, there are thousands upon thousands of doors. You just need to be willing to explore and open your valves and energy enough to seek those open doors. And never just assume that you deserve to be in this opportunity if you haven't even explored this opportunity. John should take this gig. It'll get him to where he's trying to be. We broke down more of a strategy as to what I'm talking about here, but if you think forward just a little, you can figure these motions out, I'm sure. So I hope if you find yourself in an opportunity like this, you say yes, because it could change your life if that is what you desire. As mentioned earlier, please do hit that subscribe button. I'll talk to you soon.